For generations of motocross racers, this is the proving grounds. Loretta Lynn's ranch in Tennessee, where today's young amateur racers become tomorrow's professional stars. But who will rise to the front of the pack and become the equivalent of the next top draft pick of American motocross and supercross? Stay tuned. For 40 years, thousands have gathered here in the late moments of summer for the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship at Loretta Lynn's Ranch, about an hour west of Nashville, Tennessee. A series of amateur and regional qualifying races throughout America seed about 1,400 riders that will earn the right to race against the best of the best in classes as young as age 4 to 6, all the way up to a 50-plus division for the sportsmen and sportswomen type. And while simply earning a qualifying spot and one of the coveted racing bibs is an honor for many, and just the right to say that you were in America's national championship race, there are an elite few that aim to win their class and establish themselves as the next generation hero. We'll focus on Super Mini today. Here are some of the contenders.
My name is Christian Janik, and I ride for Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki. I've been riding for quite a bit now. I've been training hard on and off the track, and hopefully we come out here, win a couple motos, and hopefully some championships.
Super Minis are just below the size and displacement of a full-size motocross bike, so this is the last chance for riders to make a name for themselves on minis.
I'm Casey Cochran. I ride a Gas 112, and we've been down at the sandbox prepping for Loretta Lynn's, putting in the motos, putting in the work, getting used to riding some different dirt, some chopped up dirt, some starts, getting them dialed, and we're just out here looking for some good results at the ranch. I mean, looking to come in and get some titles. That's the goal, and walk out with a few extra #1 plates to add to the collection.
And a little bit of a budding rivalry between Casey Cochran and this man, Hayden Deegan, who's considered the rider to beat in this class. Deegan, not only big with his social media presence, but also has several Loretta Lynn's championships already, which makes him the target everyone's shooting for.
What's up? I'm Hayden Deegan, and I ride for KTM Orange Brigade. My preparation for the week was really just hydration, staying in the cool air, and not getting drained from any heat. And so we went out to a little test track, tested the bike, make sure jetting's good, because with these two-strokes, they're a little bit finicky, so you have to get them perfect for these long motos. But anyway, just been working on and off the bike and putting a lot of work into this race. So the plan is to go out there and stomp these guys and hopefully win. So we've been training for it, and I'm pretty confident that I'm going to go out there and be on the top.
And Deegan's contract with KTM is up at the end of this racing season. If he can really perform well this week, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of suitors. Heck, there probably already are. We'll see if he can perform under pressure as we get to the first moto after this. Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship here at Loretta Lynn's, produced by MX Sports. It's been the company behind this event for 40 years running now. We're going to focus on our Super Mini class today. Look at the legends that come back to the ranch. Jeff Emig on the left, Ricky Carmichael there in the middle, and Cameron McAdoo, who was here just a few years ago as an amateur, is now a Supercross championship contender as a pro. This is tradition at Loretta's, pulling chips, random numbers for your start gate draw for Moto 1. 3-moto format, and we're underway with the first race. And Deegan obviously had the good gate pick there to the inside, and he grabs the whole shot. And what everyone wants to see is Deegan and Casey Cochran getting good starts together. A couple riders piled up there in the first turn. Actually, Deegan has lost the lead now. Jackson Glathar, the number 15, right there. Deegan, through this rough straightaway, wheeling into the corner, is able to regain the lead. We go to the 10 Commandments. Glathar right there on the inside, challenging. Can Deegan get back to the inside of the corner? And he does. Janik, we know he's a contender. We talked to him earlier. The 27 is about 5th. Where is Cochran? So in this moto, Cochran enough to do work from the back. Deegan almost lays it over and goes down. Jackson Glathar, a perfect example. Deegan, Cochran, Yannick, they've got rides, they've got reputations, And these riders know if they can even just challenge him a little bit, it can show sponsors and manufacturers that they have the potential as well. After Super Mini, they'll be on 125s or 254 strokes next year. And as this moto would go on, Cochran would be able to work his way from the bad start up to second. Deegan takes a look over, has it in check, and takes that first moto win pretty easily. But everyone would be waiting for moto number 2 to see if Cochran could challenge him with a better start. We'll round out the results here of moto 1. And it's going to be Deegan and Cochran 1-2. Enzo Temmerman, a good job holding off Janik, and Adler Cottle rounding out the top 5. Now there are 2 Super Mini divisions here at Loretta, Super Mini 1 and 2, which gives each rider 2 opportunities to win titles. Unfortunately, in Super Mini 2, Cochran nearly grabbed the whole shot in a moto there and then crashed immediately and ended up breaking some bones, and then it was over for his week as far as racing. He did come back to the ranch to hang out. But tough break for the rider expected to challenge Deegan. So that leaves one other rider that would definitely like to do it. Well, they don't like to do it, but one rider capable with the reputation coming in, and that is Janik, who gets the start here and is out front early on that number 27 Kawasaki. Jude Smirlik, Zayden Mason, Carter Malcolm. Those are some other riders in contention as Deegan elbows his way into the number 2 spot. You can pick him out with the orange handguards there. Like I said, a lot of talk about Deegan. Will he stay with KTM? He's been courted also by the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha team as he moves to the big bikes, but he's trying to show everybody what he's made of as he comes through the pack to try to challenge the leader, Janik. And we go a little bit further forward in the moto. Watch Janik here on the outside of the sand rollers. That's a pretty good line, but he makes that little mistake right there. Can't get back to the inside, and Deegan shoots into the number 1 spot. So Cochran out now with injury, and Deegan making moves to get to the front and get around Christian Janik. Janik, a little mistake out of the corner, takes a look over his shoulder as Deegan starts to roll away for the second moto. Janik under fire. Carter Malcolm and Jude Smirlik right there to challenge Janik. Made a couple more mistakes. This is good racing back here. Oh, and Janik gets to triple on the Super Mini and allows him to pull back away. But speaking of pulling away, that's exactly what Hayden Deegan did here. Coming in with the hype, the target, and the pressure. He delivers in Moto 1. He delivers in Moto 2. Hayden Deegan the win. And he had a big lead in the end. Janik was able to hold on. That was a good battle for a while there. A couple of the riders had their issues in the moto, and you'll see the 27 going to cross the line right here for the number 2 spot. Now again, there's 2 Super Mini divisions. Give you the results of Moto 2, and then we'll talk about the other Super Mini class after we cover Moto 3 of this one. But Deegan in control of this title, but a tradition at this event, when you've got to race 6 motos over the course of a week, anything can happen, and you'll see when we come back. Hayden Deegan looking good right now, but you never know what's going to happen when you're put to the test under pressure at Loretta's. Well, it's billed as the world's greatest motocross vacation. If you're going to be here for more than a week for racing with the family in the summertime, there's a lot of other activities besides racing you're going to need for entertainment. Monster Energy always bringing the excitement with a concert to kick the event off. We have kids camps, Stasic tracks, a pool, and a lot of the folks just like hanging out down by the creek, especially when it's hot here in the summertime. Rolling through the first turn, looks like a good start. Noah Viney, from working with the great Ryan Hughes, a legend in this sport, both as a racer and now as a trainer. Viney to lead here on the 43. Dylan Blecka and Carter Malcolm there, second and third, a couple of riders tangling. Hayden Deegan, your championship leader coming into this final moto, is buried. So we're going to see again what he is made of as the riders head to the 10 Commandments. What makes this track difficult is we'll race everything from the classic Yamaha PW50, which is essentially the smallest and slowest dirt bike you can buy, all the way up to full-on 450s in the veteran classes on this racetrack. And somewhere in the middle, you'll have Super Minis like this. When you get here and you see the track is not huge and it doesn't have a lot of elevation change, it would appear to not be a challenge, but it's these ruts, these tight corners, and the bumps that develop from all the different sizes of motorcycle that make it difficult. And there was Deegan with those orange handguards around the outside, feet off the pegs. You know the amount of drills he has been doing to learn ruts and get that dialed. The work has been put in, yet he is still not immune to the mistakes. Look at how rough this stand section has gotten. And Viney under control right here in moto number 3. Viney with a couple of tough motos coming into this one, but looking phenomenal right now. Deegan going to work, making passes, put himself up in a podium spot right now. Carter Malcolm out of Colorado. Oh, big leap for Malcolm into this Paula Sports sweeper turn. Now Deegan switches to the outside. We'll bring him to the inside of this left-hander. Can he outbrake Malcolm? Yes, he's got him there. Again, mastery of the ruts is really the key here at Loretta's. Noah Viney has it down as he leads the first lap of the final moto of this division. Deegan making more passes here. See the photos on this, what we call the billboard turn. Pictures of some of the greats that have raced here at Loretta's. Oh, Blecka there in the 51, a little mistake outside of the Yamaha mechanics area. And that's the heritage of this event. All the greats that have come through. Travis Pastrana and Jeremy McGrath, Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, you name it. They have won titles here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. And you're always looking for that marked man, which is Deegan right now in the Super Mini class. As he goes to work on Blecka and seals him off from outside to inside of the 10 Commandments. But he's going to have some work to do to catch Viney, who is long gone. What a opening lap for Noah Viney. But then things would unfold. Viney would make a mistake. Deegan would get around him. Then Deegan, in those ruts, tips over, and Viney gets back around. So an exchange on this deceivingly rough racetrack. Again, doesn't have the huge hills. And even the jumps, you'll find bigger ones on other tracks. But those ruts really separate the good from the great at this event. So Viney and Deegan going back to work, battling each other. And so much of this event is designed on purpose to be difficult. Running in August here in Tennessee, it's usually very hot and humid. We've been lucky the weather has been a little bit mild compared to usual this year. But the rough racetrack, the ruts, the heat, humidity, and the pressure, that's all by design to really put these riders to the test. You'll hear people say it's odd to put so much importance on one race a year, but that ramps up the pressure as well. It's not unlike the Olympics, say. Every 4 years, you really learn who's mentally tough in this type of circumstance. And this is Viney's opportunity to show that he can beat Deegan. And at the same time, you know, the industry is waiting to see, can Deegan overcome some adversity with the crash? Deegan trying to wheelie those bumps around the outside before they get to the mechanics area. Now a long straightaway. This is where they hook up at the start. Viney getting around a lap rider. Another straight, which has become rutted and whooped out. Deegan to the inside, and he almost stands Viney up. I did not see that pass coming. Viney, I don't believe, did either. Deegan into the lead again. Oh, Viney able to stand up all the way through those ruts. Good speed there. Wanted to get to the inside, but they're catching these hooks. It looks good about 90% of the way out of the corner, and then that last piece of the rut blows all your drive and your momentum. That is a huge part, especially with these super minis, these two strokes. You've got to keep the momentum up. So Deegan able to overcome it. Not the best start. Had a crash. Able to catch Viney. And he perseveres here, looking for the 1-1-1 in Super Mini 1 in the 3 motos. And with it, he's a champion at Loretta's in 2021.
Got up to 30th, probably start, caught all the way back up to Noah. Made the pass from there, just put on a pretty good lead. Then I fell, he got around me again. And I was like, oh, so we just got to flow. So we got around him again, and then we just gapped him. So we're just having some fun and racing.
These are the results in Super Mini 1, but Deegan and Janik, Deegan crashed into Janik in the other Super Mini class, and Janik gets the overall championship there. So they split it for the year. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship from Loretta Lynn's. Let's meet our 65cc contenders.
Hi, I'm Vincent Way. I ride for Husqvarna. And I've been in Michigan this whole summer. I've been training hard with my buddies Brody Moss, my brother Donovan Way, and my dad has done a lot of riding too. basically saves all his energy just for summer so we can do some chases. And it's been really fun, and my goal is to win, and that's what I'm going to do.
And this will be our 65 10-11 class, which is really the heart of the age group for the 65cc riders and motorcycles. Let's check in with the 87 Team Green Rider.
Hey, my name is Ryder Ellis. I ride for Team Green Kawasaki. And what I did for training for Loretta's was we went on bike rides and we practiced around 4 days a week, 4 to 3. And yeah, we just kept doing that about every week.
Oh yeah, 10 to 11 years old, and these kids are already fully committed. Moto 1 of this class went to Jonathan Getz. Yes, he gets the first Moto win over Carson Wood, but then in Moto 2, Wood would take the win, and Cole Blecka finished second. So Blecka sitting on 3-2 scores, and Wood with a 2-1 going into the final Moto. And we'll show you that one right here. Moto number 3 of 65 10-11. Look at that attempt on the outside with a bad gate pick. Better gate pick for Jonathan Getz. He won the first Moto. He was 5th in Moto 2. He has to win this third Moto and hope for some bad luck for Carson Wood and the rest of the contenders. So there's Getz on the 22 out front. The 44 in second, Wyatt Duff, 8-8 in the first 2 Motos. So this is his chance to really shine here at Loretta's. And you see how huge those ruts are for the 65cc bikes. And even difficult for the race leader to get over the 10 Commandments. We're trying to check back in the pack here. Maverick Gish of the 97 must have went down early. So the pressure is on Carson Wood. He's got to make some passes. He has the 2-1 in the first 2 Motos. Can the rider on the gas persevere and preserve the points lead that he has built up? We catch up to the action here. Still the number 22 gets in the lead, and he's trying to pull away and then hope for the best. Duff here on the 44 still in second. Timothy Scott is on the 73. Far left, that's Wood. Man, does he have a lot of work to do. So it could be Jonathan Getz's opportunity to win this title. Scott making a big mistake here in the sand. Oh, I think Wood is starting to roll his way forward. You've got Zing, Scott, and Duff in a great duel here for the number 2 spot. Duff has it right now on the 44. Zing on the 39, trying to get to the inside. This is all lap 1. Look at the form and style of these 10 to 11-year-old kids airing it out over these triples. Down to the inside is Zing to try to take second place away. Another challenger here, the Yamaha, the 18, Wyatt Thurman right there. And now we find the 26. Great job moving forward. He was way outside the top 10 early. Carson Wood at the end of lap 1, they list him in 7th place. Wood around the outside, almost got run into by Thurman. He's going to be all the way on the right. No, he switches to the left, just looking for some smooth lines through those ruts. Wood out of Zephyrillis, Florida, showing you what he's made of. And that's part of the reason for the 3-moto format here at Loretta's. The chances of getting 3 great starts, pretty rare. And then again, most riders will race 2 classes. So if you're running 6 motos, at some point you're going to have to deal with adversity. You're going to have a moto where things don't go your way, and everyone will get a chance to see how you respond. And we are seeing it right now. Carson Wood making passes under pressure. Now I believe we've lost Duff from this group. Wyatt Duff on the 44 is out. He was running up front early. Carson Wood making passes, while Jonathan Getz hopes for the best, leading this moto. 65cc action, and look at that huge jump. Cannot believe these are 10 and 11-year-old riders. Carson Wood on the 26, taking the pack by storm, getting the lead from Jonathan Getz. We went to break, and he was just getting into the top 5, started the race outside of the top 10. Carson Wood, unbelievable speed here, and he is going to try to win this National Motocross Championship in the amateur ranks with authority. Didn't have to win the moto to do it, but he wants to. I cannot believe what this kid is doing. And we do have 50cc classes out here. There is a stark difference between what the 4 to 8-year-old riders in the various 50 classes. They don't have gears, they don't have clutches. You get on a 65, which is a really scaled down full motocross bike with gears, with a clutch. These kids learn the skills, and they can do amazing things on these bikes. And how about Getz on the 22? He's got caught past, he's motivated. He's going right back after your leader, Wood. And he would love to pressure Wood into a mistake and maybe allow the title to swing back his way. Now, next up for these kids will be the 85s, and then that super mini division that you saw Hayden Deegan and the rest of the boys battling in earlier. We've seen a bit of a sea change as far as maximum support for mini cycle riders. There was a real rush to sign talent earlier and earlier a few years ago. As the white flag is coming out now, we have seen some riders succeed, we've seen some riders fail. There has been a little bit more proof, I believe, of what the manufacturers are looking for, so we'll see. For sure, Carson Wood with that kind of ride, and now the moto win and the title is on the radar, and I'm sure teams will be looking at him. There is a long road between here and professional success, but Carson Wood, all he wanted to do is win this moto. He wouldn't give up.
I had to work so hard. He was like way in front of me, and I just busted my butt, and I catch all the way up to him and passed him, and then by the sand sweepers, I like almost ate it because like I kicked everywhere and just ate it. But I didn't wreck, so it was pretty good.
So there it is, 65, 10 to 11. Wood gets the overall over Getz, and Blecka will round out the top 3. In the modified class, I guess you could call it the unlimited division, it was Vincent Way getting the championship there. And just like the pros, they get to celebrate with, in this case, non-alcoholic sparkling cider champagne. There's Carson Wood enjoying it. We'll have more great racing as we move out of the youth division to the amateur classes for the teenagers who are on the verge of being professionals next week. But for now, for everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.